And talking with Greenbrier West, Kadin Parker, quarterback. Kadin, you've got some shoes to fill, as you know. I know you and Cole Vandall were splitting the time at quarterback, but you guys have a really great athlete replacing Kaiden Pack. How are you approaching the season now, trying to fill those shoes?
Well, certainly pretty big shoes to fill, but we're just taking it one practice at a time, trying to see who we got, going where, and just trying to make the best of what we got.
Would you like to be going knowing you're the quarterback for a whole game? I know you're going to split some time with Cole initially, at least. Are you comfortable with having a platoon situation there?
Yeah, I'm just willing to play wherever I'm needed.
Was that kind of the situation last year when you were playing in the slot back? Were you just wanting to get on the field any way you could? It was a pretty good team.
Yeah, I was just told me to go somewhere, so I did it.
That seems to be the situation here at Greenbrier West. You guys can play anywhere. How does that, as football players, how does that make you grow? I mean, getting to play different positions. It must be nice knowing a lot of different roles that you can play on a team.
Yeah, knowing we have a lot of guys that can play a lot of different places makes us a lot more comfortable with running different offenses and trying new things.
What would you say is your strength as a quarterback?
Strength as a quarterback is probably my speed and elusiveness, good vision.
Would you say that as far as if you were going to look at Pack's game, he could run, he could pass, he became a good passer later on in his career. I think he came in as basically a guy who could run. Do you think that's the part of him that you give this team, the running aspect?
Yeah, that's definitely the bigger part of.
Have the coach just talked to you about this? This is what you need. You're going to need. We need you to run the ball, or get the ball to the guy in a running game. You're going to be. If it's a run game, you're going to be the guy.
Yeah, we've had a lot of talking about that. We have a lot of guys that can run. Is the passing game something that you're working on? I mean, that aspect of the game. Well, I'm definitely working on it some, but I know that running is more my thing. But we still got to pass some, so I'm still working on getting better at that.
Defensively, I know you played over on that side of the ball too. Is that defensively? You guys had a really good team last year.
Yeah.
How do you rebuild on the defense? A lot of what you guys were able to do, obviously, you had the offense, but that defense, you were shutting down people every week. How do you rebuild a defense like that? And you're returning as a starter on that side of the ball.
Well, knowing what they did last year, we know the standards, we know what we need to do, we know how to play it, watching those guys and be our role models. So we just try to do what they do.
You think maybe the defense was, and I know you're a quarterback down here, but you think defense here has been overlooked a little bit? Obviously not by the coaches, probably the people in the town or yourself, but outside of this program, you think the defense has largely been maybe not talked about as much because of the offense you have?
Yeah, defense is definitely one of our stronger sides. We let up very little points last year, which was a huge key of our success.
How close can you be to what that defense was last year, do you think? Because if you can be, you morally won't. If you shut people out, you only got to score once if you pull people down.
We definitely lost a lot of guys. We got very few returning. We're going to try our best to do that.
Did it help being on a team that really, for lack of a better term, manhandled a lot of opponents? A lot of guys got to play football here. If you look at the number of runs, for instance, you had a lot of guys who blocked carries last year. Did it help in that way for you guys and guys in your class maybe that didn't get to play, weren't starters, they still got on the field? How much do you think that will play into what you're able to do this year? Just the fact that they got a little bit of burn on the varsity level.
Yeah, well, everybody this year has had a little bit of varsity time, so they know what to expect, know what to go into, and we know the plays, and we know what we got to get done.
The one game, probably the defense nor the offense really performed. I can tell you know where I'm going with it. It was the playoff game against Richie. How disappointing was that? And I know those guys last year that were coming back talked about how that game, they're not winning in that quarterfinal the year before. That fired them up going into the season. How much will you guys speed up what happened on the field that day and make that work for you?
Well, we know what went wrong that game. We know it was attitude and all that, so we know that this year we need to go into it with a better attitude and not let that happen again.
Is there a bit of a, I guess I'm going to say, kind of a bragging rights factor you guys have that you play football here at the school, a school that's pretty well known for football? I think some of your coaches played on state championship team here. You guys have won 19 games over the last 2 years. Is there I guess maybe a pride factor in playing for this program and what it means just to put on that jersey?
Yeah, well, it definitely means a lot. We've had a lot of success in the past, but this year we're coming in as the underdogs. Not expected to do what we did last year because we lost so many, but it still means a lot.
Is that role unfamiliar to you, being in this program, being an underdog?
Yeah. Last 2 years, 2 years ago we was expected to be good, but not great, so kind of that year. But last year we was expected to be one of the best teams in the state. So coming in as an underdog is a little different to us.
Do you, sort of being last year with the COVID, you guys were still able to get a lot of games in. Do you feel that you guys were kind of blessed in that you got to play that many games? I know you didn't go quite as far as you wanted to, but a lot of us, myself included, thought maybe you'd be playing in Wheeling, which didn't happen anyway, at the end of the day. But do you feel like this team is capable of making another push like that?
Oh yeah, I definitely think we can definitely go far, even though we lost so many. But everybody's coming back. They know what we're doing. We know what the goal is, and we just gotta execute and get it done.
Good. All right. Hey, I appreciate the time, and Kaiden, good luck this season. Good luck this season.
Thank you.